Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for 2026. I cannot believe, we're already doing the yearly readings again. Oh my gosh. 2026, huh? Libra, comment down below. How has 2025 been for you? Let's just do a little check-in and see what's going on and what your goals are for the year ahead. As I shuffle these cards, I want you guys to know that I am offering a limited time deal where you can get my 2026 personal reading, which is a one-on-one hour-long reading with me. And you don't have to schedule anything. You email me your questions, comments, concerns for the year ahead, and we dive into that. We get predictions for your year ahead, what your biggest spiritual themes will be, and we also create space for your spirit guides, ancestors, past loved ones to come through and yap and say whatever they need to say to you in order to just create the best year ahead possible. The reason why I love offering this reading is because it's a reading that I do for myself every single year around this time, and it really has transformed my life, and it's just the perfect thing, the perfect ritual to really get you into a good headspace, a confident and clear headspace about your year ahead. So I like doing that reading, and then immediately afterwards, like creating a vision board or making a business plan, a personal plan for the year ahead. It's just really great. And I can't even begin to tell you the amount of things I've manifested ever since I started doing these readings for myself. And so I wanted to offer them to you guys. So that's only going to be available until the end of January. So go get that now before you forget. Okay. Libra, 2026. You have higher power coming out in reverse. You have action. This also came out for Cancer as well, so this is a cardinal sign thing for sure, I imagine. You're going to be creating a lot of change, taking a lot of action on your dreams, your goals, your wishes, and it's actually kind of funny that you have the higher power card coming out in reverse, because this can show that you're needing to tap into that connection more, needing to connect to the spiritual side of life more. Libra, it feels like this 2026, this year, it's going to be very physical. I'm seeing for some reason like connecting you to your lower chakras. Even if you are an extremely like third eye open, psychic, spiritual person, there's something about 2026 that is much more enjoying and indulgent of the physical senses. And some of you guys may be taking action on certain ideas. I'm seeing here a lot of cooking and baking for some reason. Some of you guys may be making a cookbook or a like baking, cooking blog or website or something, or working out, exercise, walking, running, hiking, paddleboarding, kayaking. There's something physical there as well. Even tapping into your more sensual nature. I'm seeing breath work. I'm seeing meditation. Like all of these visions of what you guys watching will be doing, and it'll look different for all of you. Obviously, I'm tapping into all of the different people watching this video, but it's going to be very action oriented, and I actually feel like it's going to feel good for once to just really get in touch with your body. There's something inherently spiritual about taking good care of your body, enjoying the sensual nature of reality. And I really honestly hate, with a capital H, the fact that so many religions almost like demonize the human experience and have these teachings that separate us from our physical form. Somehow like glamorizing this concept of, going and finding heaven elsewhere after you die, after, like kind of making the physical earthly experience a bad thing. And it's like, you're never going to find heaven if you don't find it right here in the present moment with your physical form. You are here for a reason. And I also feel like that way of thinking just really is destructive on the environment. And I can go off on a whole tangent on that, but I see you really connecting to your body, getting in tune, in alignment with your body. I'm seeing no longer hating yourself, no longer speaking down, like, oh, I'm always sick, my body hates me, blah, blah, blah. Just shut up. That's, first off, insufferable. Second off, no, it's disempowering. And, even if you're somebody with like some sort of chronic health conditions, it's like your body does love you. Your body was created as a result of thousands of your ancestors falling in love and thinking, wow, that's the most beautiful person I've ever seen. I want to be with that person. That is what created you. And I just think that's so beautiful. And also, your body was created from thousands of survivors. Okay, especially back in the day, people were dying left and right. You know, first off, like, most babies were just dead, like just dying. And then, so to survive childbirth, and then to grow up with all the, like, no vaccines, no antibiotics, you know, well, in some cultures, a lot of indigenous cultures actually are in tune with nature, we're in tune with nature, and we're aware of antibacterial and whatever benefits of plants. Why am I going off on this subject? Anyways, you guys are just connecting with nature, connecting with your body, okay? We have the 6th chakra, which is the upper chakras, the third eye. Exactly. There's something inherently spiritual, Libra. This reading is taking a left turn compared to the previous 2 2026 readings I've done so far. Libra, weirdly enough, you guys aren't exactly known for your psychic and spiritual powers, but I am actually feeling you guys will be the spiritual leaders of 2026 and really tapping into earth magic, the magic of going within, the magic of the breath, the magic of self-care and clearing your mind, fixing up your mental health, fixing up your physical health. These are all the biggest themes that you'll encounter in 2026, it feels. We have the card called Make It Gods. And this is what it says. Release the idea of my. As soon as you start to say the money, the relationship, the job, freedom arrives. When there is no grasping, the right action gets shown. Free me from my prison of my, dear Lord. Yes, very beautiful message there. And it's actually very accurate. You know, holding on such heavy attachment to the things in life that we desperately want to work out. But if we release the attachment, we release our ego's grip on it. And we view it as this is the relationship, the money, the body that I am embodying. I don't know. It has a way of just reframing things for us and detaching us just enough to take really great care of those things and see clearly what we have to do. There's something about when our ego gets involved and we hold things too closely to our wants, our desires, it almost skews our perception of how to proceed forward with it sometimes. And so something you can do if you really want something, if you're really trying to manifest money, health, whatever, you can set the intention, universe, God, spirit, whatever. This is your problem. You know what I want. Okay, and I trust that the right actions will get shown. And I will take action on those actions. And it's as simple as that. And you have the action card. So it's like, I feel what's happening here. You are receiving psychic downloads of your next steps. Even before 2026 begins, you may already be experiencing this. Just like these visions, ideas, inspired ideas that are finding you. And it's like, almost, I'm getting the sense like you already know what you have to do. You already know what you have to do. You just have to do it. Does that make sense? You already have the plan. You already know I should do this, I should do that. 2026 is a year where you're just doing it. There's no deeper like soul searching for like what's the meaning of life? What do I do? It's literally just doing what you already know you have to do. And that's what I'm saying. Like there's a physical earthly magic about that manifests the things that you want. And it also, when you like just drop down into physical form and you take the things you're trying to manifest and you bring it down to earth, I don't know. It just makes you much more grounded as an individual. You're no longer waiting for some miracle, hoping and praying constantly. It's just more so this simplicity of spirit, this is what I want, and here's what I'm going to do to get it. Point blank. It's just, I can't emphasize enough how simple it is. First card out is the 8 of Earth in reverse. This is literally the exact card that describes what I just said. the need to just show up daily and take the actual action. You know, it's like you're hoping and praying for health, hoping and praying for just being a healthy individual. And it's like, okay, at what point do you stop hoping and praying and you just go for a walk? And you just stick to shopping in the produce section at the food store? At what point do you stop praying for health and you just start lifting weights, you know? And that same message applies to any area of life. At what point do you stop praying and asking the universe for money? And at what point do you just pick up extra shifts or take action on the inspired business ideas that have been sitting in the back of your mind for the longest time? You know, 2026 is that year where you just take those actions, and it feels very liberating. And it makes you so busy as well that it actually, like, in a good way, it helps your mental health. I'm going to keep it so real. And listen, I'm not discounting mental health issues. You know, we all struggle with mental health issues in our lives. Sometimes our like anxieties, our overthinking is literally just a result of not doing enough. Like, especially, like, I see this a lot in some people who have a really hard time getting over their exes, and they're like, I just can't stop thinking about them. It's been months, it's been years. It's like, get a hobby. Like, and I mean that in the most respectful and loving way possible. It's like, go out into the world and do something. Do more of what you already love, you know, whatever that may be, you know, just go do something. I started running this year. I just literally was like, well, gotta do something. Ran out the door, you know. What is your thing you're gonna do? We have the messenger of air in reverse. We have the messenger of fire upright. Okay, Libra. Some of you guys may be dealing with fire signs this year, 2026. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the 7 of earth in reverse, right underneath that 8 of earth in reverse. Are you willing to work for what you want? Are you willing to put in the work? And it doesn't matter if you want love. Are you willing to work on yourself and become the soulmate that you're looking to embody? You know, if you're looking to find a soulmate who is healthy, are you healthy? If you're looking to find a soulmate who is wealthy, are you wealthy? You know, being your own soulmate, being the exact person that you want and that you dream of, becoming your dream partner will give you a sense of detachment from an external partner. And then it's in that detachment that you actually manifest them. Life is funny in that way. But apply that to whatever your closest held ambitions are. 2026 is a year where you are taking or guided to take so much action. You're going to be doing a lot. This is going to be one of your most productive years yet, Libra. And it's really going to pay off. Page of fire. Wow. So many court cards here. Wow. Messenger of air. That's insane. So the messengers in this deck are the knights. You have 3 knights coming out in a 6-card spread. Half of your reading are knights, which shows an insane amount of movement and change. And then you have a page here as well. 4 out of 6 of your cards are court cards, Libra. This is going to be a very social year for you. I also think it's interesting, half of them. The fire cards are upright. The page and messenger of fire. You are finding extremely passionate ideas, things that you're going to find so much passion this year. I am seeing passion coming through. I want to say a hobby, but when you're passionate about something, it's more than a hobby. It's like a lifestyle, you know? Like reading tarot for me is not a hobby. It is my life. It is my life force energy, okay? You're going to find something, probably multiple things, that becomes your life force energy. You're going to become obsessed with it if you're not already. You may already know what this is. And it's like, it doesn't matter how many challenges you run into, how many setbacks you run into, you still wake up wanting to do this thing, because it just makes you feel good. There's something about being almost addicted to the journey of like going after this passion ambitiously. Does that make sense? Like, there are ambitions that you're tying to a passion. For example, let's just say you're on like a rowing team. You're really passionate about rowing. It's like every day you wake up and you're out there, you're practicing. And it's like, I don't want to say it's competitive. It could be competitive, but it's just like every day you want to become a better version of yourself. There's 1% improvements every day. You know, that's what you want. And it's tied to a passion, which feels very, very exciting. Some of you guys can be connecting to a fire sign as well. Doesn't have to be a fire sign specifically, but this person may really inspire you to be your best self and to challenge yourself to grow and like just work on yourself, because you may be connecting to somebody here who already has a lot going on in their life. They're a very interesting person. They inspire you, and it's like, when you're around people who just have cool lives, like they're nice, kind people, they're polite, they're intelligent, they have interesting lives, they're passionate, they're living their passion. I can't explain it. It's like that energy is really inspirational. It's like talking to somebody whose life is a living masterpiece. You know, like when you see a really great piece of art in the museum and you're just inspired creatively, or like, I don't know, whatever your creative outlet is. If you see a really cool outfit on somebody and you're really into fashion, it inspires you to make an outfit. I don't know. You hear an interesting sounding song and it inspires you to write a song. An interesting poem and you write a poem. You eat something at a restaurant and you're like, it gives you an idea for a recipe. It's like, I'm seeing so much creative inspiration is what I'm trying to spit out. And there could be someone or people in particular who really inspire you to just live up to what you know is your highest potential. It's like, you know that you came here on earth to do big things, and you know that you're cool as heck. You know that like you got it going on. And it's like, well, I'm just going to embody that fully and live that and take action on that and not stop. I am seeing an obsession, like almost a positive obsession, working on something, or like just diving into something, going down a complete rabbit hole this year, you know, and it's fun. I like this energy. Okay, it's very fun. Now, it's interesting that the messenger of earth and the messenger of air is in reverse here. So you may feel like, I'm wondering if any of you guys are tying some sort of accomplishment, like some sort of number, or yeah, I'm seeing a number actually with these pentacles, tying a number to your ambition with this thing that you're passionate about. So for example, if you're trying to lose weight and you become very passionate about working out and healthy living, it's like, this is the number I want to see on the scale. Or if you're into athletics, it's like, this is the number, the score, the whatever that I want to accomplish this year. Or if you just live your passion as like a business or a side hustle, it's like, this is the amount of money, the amount of subscribers, followers that I want to maintain or make. You know, there's some sort of number I'm seeing that you're working towards. And there's this sense, there's been this sense, Libra, of like knowing that, again, it's just this innate feeling of like knowing that you came here to do big things, and not like this feeling, such a deep feeling of like, why haven't I manifested that yet? Why haven't I reached that yet? Because I'm feeling, if you're watching this, you are already masterful in that area of life that you're passionate about, whatever it may be. You know, you know so much more than most people, even the people who educate and coach and teach in whatever that niche passion is of yours. you feel like you know even more than them. So it's like, then why aren't I successful, you may be asking? And it all boils down to the actions that you'll be taking this year. Literally just, there comes a point when you put the books down, you stop, pondering and praying and manifesting in that way, scripting, vision boards, all that, and you just put pen to paper. You just go for it. You just take the actions and you stop thinking about it and you just start doing. You just start saying. It just flows from you. You've spent years, Libra, in a very studious sort of energy, creating the perfect foundation for massive viral success in this thing that you're passionate about. You've created the foundation. You've been studying. I feel like some of you guys have read so much material or consumed so much material on this thing that you're passionate about. Like, you truly are an expert. 2026 is gonna be one of the most grounded, productive years of your life when it comes to whatever this passion is. Like, you are churning out a crazy amount of work, of actions, whatever it takes, whatever goes into this. It's actually insane. And I feel like one of the reasons why you may have resisted this subconsciously in the past, if you're like a deeply spiritual or connected individual, you may have felt like that sort of masculine, yang, action-oriented, sunlight energy disconnects you spiritually. And that is such a lie. And as a psychic reader, I can tell you this, like there's the divine feminine and the divine masculine, the yin and the yang, has nothing to do with gender, by the way of channeling information and staying spiritually connected. When you're in these quiet, reflective yin cycles, it can feel like your spirit guides and your psychic clarity in life, your spiritual connection is very strong and loud. And then when life gets busy, like let's just say you have a busy schedule, you're taking a lot of actions, you're doing this and that, it may feel like your spirit guides aren't being as loud. It's just that they're communicating in a different way. They're communicating to you more actively through your environment. Okay? So that's a form of spiritual connection where it's like, it shows up physically. The world itself becomes your oracle. And they're both sacred ways of being that we should all experience in equal amounts, I feel. And it just feels like this year is a masculine cycle of action, of doing. And if you play your cards right in 2026, I feel like you can manifest like massive growth and success in an area of life that you feel extremely passionate about. So comment down below, what is your passion? Let me know. If you don't feel like you know what your passion is, you may be finding that this year, very early on into this year. Possibly like even before the year begins. You're gonna get shown a psychic vision or like have an inspired idea and feel positively overwhelmed of like, oh my gosh, my work is cut out for me. Like, this plan is insane, but I gotta get started on it. It's going to be a lot of work, whatever this goal may be. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me, Libra. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of 2026. And check out my 2026 personal reading that I described in the beginning of this video. And like this video, comment how it resonated down below, subscribe if you have not already. Doing those 3 things are the best way to support the channel, especially like just spamming the comments with positive energy. That really actually boosts these videos more than anything, I've noticed. Even just a few comments on this video shows it to like hundreds more people, I've noticed. So if you want to spam the comments, I will definitely, keep you in mind and do some positive intention rituals for you, manifest some luck for you. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.